everyone, RP Davis back again with another video on how to create really cool DM's Guild stuff on the cheap. Today we're going to talk about covers, thanks to Dave Stevens who suggested it to me. We're going to talk about how to make a nice cover for your product using this template right here. It's a Photoshop template, but the cool thing is you don't need Photoshop to make it work. That's pretty awesome. It's by Matt Gravelin, and it's a pay what you want. His suggested price is $1. I'd give him more than that if I were you. Once you've downloaded that and unzipped it into a place that you remember, go over to freephototool.com. Now, I have no affiliation with anything I'm using here today. This is just stuff I've found that works. This allows you, freephototool.com allows you to open a PSD file. That's a Photoshop file on the website, online. And from there you can manipulate it. You don't have as many tools. As you can see, you have hardly the same amount of tools as Photoshop gives you. But what it does let you do is give you access to virtually everything you need in order to make a cover photo, which is cool. So it gives you the different layers. So you've got your title layer. Now it's not going to have the same font choices. That you're just going to have to come up with something close. You can see it's taken our Nadesto caps, which the PSD comes with. You have to find something that looks remotely nice to you. I don't know. Let's try that and adjust the title. And maybe that doesn't quite work. Let's find something that's got, I don't know, a serif. Shall we? Ooh, this is nice. There we go. Now let's go up to there. Look at this goofing. So there's your title. And we can make this Killer Adventure number 1. And change the tagline. You may have to futz around like I do, changing tools. There's your, find something else that looks for that. Looks okay. There we go. Let's increase the size of that so it looks nice. And this will kill everyone. There we go. And now, okay, let's quit screwing around with text, even though you are going to have to change your name here. Let's add another image to this, a background image, because white, that's just kind of, no. Let's do a new layer, right? And let's look for, you're not going to be able to see this because not going to let me open this thing, but let's pick a free image from Pexels that allows us to drop in an image. There you go. Now we're going to have to send that to the back because you need to put it behind all the text and everything. So we go to the layer, arrange, send to back. That'll put it behind everything. That means we're going to have to get rid of that white. Right, there we go. So, layer 1. That's this. Man running in forest. Right? Now, we need to resize it. That's easy. In Photoshop, you can Control T for transform. But here we can just go to free transform. And we can change the size of it so that we get the man running through the forest. And yeah, that's it. That's all you got. I mean, how simple is that? And because Free Photo Tool will let you save it as a PSD on your hard drive. You can export it as a bunch of different file formats with export as, or you can just use these different, the PNG or SVG. PNG is fine. You want a JPEG for your cover image on the guild. So, you don't need anything. Well, you know what, we should also figure out what our image size is. 300 dpi is probably too much. That's print. We're probably not doing print. You're doing a PDF. 150 is perfectly acceptable. That'll reduce the file size. Now, let's download that JPEG. Export as JPEG. So you don't need it this big either, but save it like that anyway, because you'll want to use it with your PDF, whatever your Word template PDF. You're going to want to integrate them so you have the cover in your PDF. You could just pull this into your Word document as a first page, and that would be fine. Just spit it all out in the same size and everything. But yeah, it really is that simple, guys. That's why the templates make it easy. You just need to find, you can spend hours futzing around with fonts and that sort of thing. One thing I do want to show you is, whoops, that's the wrong thing. When you've got this text, see how it's got the black outline around it? That's pretty important. There are effects that come with all of these fonts. You can, and here's a list of the effects. This is an outer glow, right? Here are your controls for the outer glow. Just double click on it and it gives you how wide that glow is, because you can make it really tight, like razor sharp, but I don't think you could. But let's go down to 1 so you can see the difference. See how that changes the size of it? Note that. This will kill everyone. How narrow that is when we go back up to 5, let's say. See how that sets off against the background. Now, if you've got that on a dark background, you don't really need it. But if you've got a very variable background like this, or God forbid you're putting it on a light thing, you need to have that outer glow or a stroke around it in order to set your white text off from the white everything else. So then you can also resize the guild logo if you don't like it that big. You can free transform that by going to the layer, wrong, going to image transform. That's still not right. Edit. Wow. Free transform, and then you can grab a corner and make it smaller or larger. Don't go too small. You want to keep it so that it's clearly visible as the guild logo. So, that's about it. I mean, honest to God, guys, it couldn't get any easier than that. For $1, as little as $1, you can be cranking out covers that look fantabulous. So, you can do this with your stuff you do on GM Binder or Homebrewery. Just output that PDF from GM Binder and Homebrewery, and then combine this picture that you make here and the PDF from the Homebrewery, and boom, you've got yourself a great product, great looking product. There's one thing I want to remind everyone to do, and that's when you make this looks great at 8.5 by 11, right? But what you need to do is make sure it looks good at 140 pixels wide. So zoom out. It's Control minus, or you can use the key here. And on a desktop, that's about what you're going to get. So you got to make sure that you can read the title. If you're using a subtitle, that it's not, completely illegible, and it needs to look pulled together, because this is what people are first going to see when they come to the guild looking for your stuff. So you've got to make this image pull people toward your product. That's it. And if that's the rule we're going by, this is a crap cover. But this was just there to show you what you can do and how easy it is to do for, after you do a couple of 3 products, this will have paid for itself over and over and over and over again. You don't need Photoshop. You don't need to download some kind of freeware or buy some Photoshop emulator software. Just use there are all kinds of free websites. Freephototool.com is just the first one that popped up for me this morning. There are other ones like Photopea and, just that PEA, you dirty-minded bastards, that will do the same thing. Some of them have advertising pop-ups. Some of them don't. This one doesn't, thank God. But yeah, you can do everything with this that you could also do with Photoshop that you need to do to make a nice cover. That's important to remember, that you need to do, because there's a lot you can do with a cover that you don't need to do. This will get you going. Anyway, guys, that's it for that. You can find links to me all in the description down there. You can find links to the tools we used and the resources we used in this video in the description. Give us a like, hit the subscribe button if you would. Check out my DM's Guild work, check out my website, and yeah, that's it. We'll catch you next time.